Here we go.
But we are always better when he's playing.
Always.
Are we live?
Heck yeah. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. It's not my birthday.
Oh.
His birthday's in April.
Oh, shoot. I should probably know that.
Yeah, you should.
Touchdown Chargers.
Jeez Louise.
What are you doing with Balloon?
Boo. It was laying here next to me.
Oh, okay.
What is up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another live podcast episode of What the Fanboy. My name is Luke, and I'm joined by Mr. Tyler.
What up, what up? It feels like we haven't done this in a long time. It's only been a week.
Dude, last week was long.
Last week was very long.
Yeah, it was a long... Last week was like 3 months ago.
Today in itself was long. Maybe just for me, but...
My day wasn't bad. To my right, the beautiful Brett Eitzen, as always.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm here.
Glad you could make it.
Yeah.
Because if you couldn't, we'd be recording somewhere else.
I just come on in whenever.
Or do it tomorrow.
That's what the NFL's doing.
Yeah.
So we'll just do it tomorrow.
We're on COVID schedule, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes things get just delayed, even though
just
none
a
of
little
us
bit.
have
It's
COVID.
fine.
Yeah.
What did you guys do this week?
Hey, look, Daniel Kaluuya.
I'll start.
Is that Get Out 2?
Yeah, it's the Xbox commercial.
It's called Get Out of the House. You've been playing too much Xbox.
I didn't hardly do anything this week.
Okay.
You go first.
I played a little Apex. That game's still good.
Yep.
Although I'm still not 100% sold on the crossplay. We'll see. I haven't had too many issues with it, but it does make me nervous seeing the little
All those Sony hackers
PC.
are gonna.
Do you have PC enabled?
Oh, maybe
I only have PlayStation and Xbox enabled.
Oh.
All those Sony hackers are gonna figure out a way to go through Sony's hacking hole and go into the
I'm not
Xbox hole
saying
and
this
steal
is
your stuff.
100% true, but every person on my team who's had a Sony or the PlayStation controller logo next to their name has sucked horribly. They've been so bad. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like a connection thing.
Might just be actually
good.
crossplay doesn't really work super good yet.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. At least it's in beta.
Yep. They'll tweak things and make it work. So, but that's been kind of fun. And then I started a new show, Ted Lasso, over on Apple TV Plus. I'm just the pilot in. I'm one episode in, but that's real fun so far. So, fingers crossed it continues to be. Yeah.
Nice.
And that's then we threw a birthday party for my child. And so
You have a child?
that took up a lot of my time.
It's 8 p.m. You know where your kids are at? You don't have to answer that question. Cool.
Good.
Did you
No,
read
I
any
don't
more
know
of that?
I don't know where my kid's at.
Did you read any more of that book?
No,
Why not?
because I'm lame.
That book must not be very good. That's what I'm gathering.
No, I'm bad at reading is what it really
I know two people
is.
who own it, and neither of them are like, Tyler, you got to read this book. So in my mind, that means
Dude,
it's not good.
it has a map at the front. It's good. You don't even have to worry about it.
I mean, that's a very... I can't remember where I saw that. Somebody tweeted it. They're like, you're about to read a really good book if there's a map at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then the next book I read was A Gentleman in Moscow, and it had a map at the front. I was like, oh I'm in. It
So
was pretty good.
I guess just as a quick side thing, I've been rewatching the Lord of the Rings extended versions with a
Nice.
buddy of mine. And in the Blu-ray, when you open it up,
There's a
it has the map of Middle Earth. So even the Blu-rays are doing it. Squeak.
You're gonna make that pop, aren't you?
Me?
No, it's gonna bust our mics. Oh, don't. Mine went farther, sucker.
Did you have a better arm than me?
No, I do not.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's literally all you did?
literally all I did.
Wow. You should have read your book.
No.
You could have finished The Boys.
We did watch another episode of The Boys.
I did that too.
So I mean I've been watching episodes of the shows that I've been watching. So The Boys, The Vow, Lovecraft Country. Those have all been fine, good to fine, I guess.
I'm guessing Lovecraft Country's the fine part of that.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not here to talk about Lovecraft Country right now.
Sweet. I'll go since Luke's probably done like 1,000,000,006 things. So you did do a lot. So I finished the book I've been reading called Abandoned by Blake Crouch, who is my favorite author. It's really good. Another solid book from him. He does a really good job of writing like books that are pretty grounded, but also kind of crazy, outlandish.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really weird. He does a good job of finding that medium. I gave it 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. I'm kind of biased towards Crouch though, so I'm typically going to review his books in a favorable light. I think one thing that helped is I saw like some reviews say like I thought this was going to be a paranormal story, but it wasn't. And so going into it, I knew that. But it was a book basically that had two storylines, one in the 1800s and one in like 2009, and they kind of went parallel. Like in the book, they run parallel to each other, and it explains some things that are happening in 2009, and explains back in the day how things were happening to cause the 2009 timeline to end up the way it was. It was kind of cool. But yeah, Abandoned by Blake Crouch. I would recommend it if you're into thrillers because it was kind of scary. Like one night I had to stop reading it because I was getting scared.
Nice. I approve.
So then I played The Division 2. I re-downloaded it. Buddy of mine, Zach, wanted to play. He has COVID.
Oh, boo.
Has been playing that, so we played a good bit, and it was a ton of fun. I love that game. I wish more people played it. It seriously, like I know you've had a horrible experience with it. I've had no issues. It loads in fast. I get out in and out of missions easily. I had a ton of fun. But also, Zach got me to play Overcooked 2,
Ooh.
which I'd never done. That is a crazy game. Highly recommend it. It's a blast. I played some more Star Wars Squadrons. Learned how to hyperspeed drift. I'm not good at it, but when I did it the one time I did it, it was awesome.
Felt good when it worked.
Yeah. You guys know who High Res Studios is?
Maybe.
They made Paladins and Realm
okay.
Royale. And
Yeah,
they make a lot
yeah.
of free-to-play games.
Yeah.
Their new one finally became free-to-play called Rogue Company.
Oh, yeah.
This is a third-person Counter-Strike-ish type game. I got to try that out. I played about 2 hours of it, and it's really freaking good. Really good. It's really paper thin. There's no battle pass or anything right now. Obviously, they're going to put one in. But man, that game's awesome. I spent a lot more time playing it than I intended to. And then I started rereading Ready Player One because the sequel's getting ready to come out. That's going really well. I think I'm already further in that book than Brett is in his.
Hey, don't judge me.
I'm judging. And then my big thing that I did is I finished a new TV show this week. I finished the TV show Upload on Amazon Prime. If you have not heard of Upload, it is created by the guy, one of the co-creators of The Office. It stars Robbie Amell, and it's basically about, in the future, we've learned to upload our consciousness into basically retirement homes for when you die. So like when you're dying, you can choose to be uploaded, and that will load you into heaven, which is like a home where your consciousness can live on. It's a ton of fun. It's a really hilarious show. Robbie Amell is a CW actor, and I think that's probably what he's most famously known for, being on The Flash and The Tomorrow People. Was that the name of the show he was on? He was a lead in. Let me tell you, Robbie Amell's good. Good direction goes a long way for actors.
He's really good in Code 8, too.
He is. So is Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell is good in Code 8 as well. And, like, directing goes such a long way, and this show, I think, kind of gives him more to do, and I think he does a really good job. I'm really not going to go into a full review, but basically it turns into a murder mystery type story. I would give it a fanboy worthy. It would have been a booyah, but it is quite possibly the worst finale I've ever seen.
Nice ninja moves, Brett.
I mean, it is the finale is seriously one of the worst episodes of television I've ever seen.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's the shortest episode of the season. It resolves nothing, and the characters completely abandon who they were throughout the entire show. It's so bad.
Sounds great.
It's so bad. I could not believe it. I was really disappointed because it ends on a cliffhanger, which most shows do. That's not abnormal. But it it throws away everything it built up with Robbie Amell's character, and it's really disappointing. But yeah, fanboy worthy. Just be prepared to be a little upset at the end.
Cool.
30-minute format, by the way.
Nice.
It's a really digestible show to watch.
I say I got
10 episodes.
I got into the first maybe 2.
Did you like what you saw?
And I enjoyed it. It was in the middle of doing a bunch of other stuff, and so I got distracted.
I'm
easily distracted.
There's a character who's introduced in I think the second episode, and he is so funny. He's like the dumb best friend trope, but he's so good. That's all I did.
Nice.
I'm sure I did something else, but I can't remember.
Just throw it out there later.
Oh, I ran a 5K.
Ooh, you
yesterday.
ran.
Yeah.
I should do more of that.
Yeah, I ran a 5K yesterday. That was cool. Prairie fire.
Not 5K. Just
Workout. I should do something, yeah.
It was cool. It was a good time.
Nice. Did you win?
No.
Oh.
Have you some of those people could run a marathon faster than I can run a 5K. I'm lying, but that would be pretty cool. It'd be like a world record holder for sure.
Nice.
Luke,
what'd you do?
Luke did the most. Go, Luke, go, Luke, go.
Well, first, I kind of want to talk about Destiny. Because
people still play that game?
Just me.
Only Luke.
Festival of the Lost is going on right now.
Yeah, is it good this
Halloween,
year?
and I've never done it.
Oh, so
I think
actually kind of fun.
I was playing
I've only done it for the last 4
when
years.
they did it last year. I just
ignored it
because I had a billion other things to do.
Yeah.
And it might be the most stupid grind I've ever partaked in. It is so annoying. And it's the worst part about it is Beyond Light was supposed to be out already, and you can tell this was copy pasted in from last year.
Sure it was.
All the loot is $750. It's the same weapons, just with different roles.
They still have you going into the haunted forest.
I love the haunted forest.
The haunted forest is a really cool way of reimagining a piece of content.
Yeah.
And I wish they'd do more stuff like that. Like during the summer event, you have the European Aerial Zone, which is not repurposed, but it's kind of a new little thing that comes in just for that event. It'd be interesting to see Bungie do more stuff kind of with that kind of format. I'm
really curious what they were going to do, because at this point, Mercury would be gone. It'd be in the vault.
Yeah, it would be. They would have probably just. I don't know if they would have skipped. They may have just skipped it.
It would have been on Europa.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or just put it on the moon. Moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted. It makes sense.
But yeah, I love the haunted forest, and just a knight that you can't kill popping out of nowhere and just smashing you is always great fun. But you have to collect these cipher decoders, and they just take so long to get.
I heard they upped them from like single drops to double drops.
It's still real annoying.
Yeah.
I probably did my most, like, if I was playing with people, I probably wouldn't have done this way, but it's the fastest way that I could do it with like the least amount of energy. I probably did 150 patrols on the moon.
Oh my god.
Talking to Toland and doing the kill bounties. Just that over and over.
Wow.
Doing this area, this area, this area. 2 cipher decoders. Respawn in. Do it again. And then sometimes it wouldn't give one to you, so you do a heroic public event. And then it would.
Yeah.
I just did that pretty much all day Sunday. And then, like, I hit a point. I was probably half. You go for 45. And I was like, do I want to get this done now? Or do I want to just kind of push through the week? And I decided to just do it on Sunday, so I don't have to worry about it, because I probably won't even be playing too much Destiny this week, because I have other things that I'm going to want to be doing. But gosh, it was so annoying. I wouldn't have done it, but there's like a secret item you can get once you get far enough. But I have all the triumphs, and I got all the exotics, and it's done, so I don't have to worry about it anymore.
There you go.
But yeah, Destiny grind. Woo. So fun. No, I love it. I don't want to just complain about it.
I know, right? Me too.
I'm a little behind. And then I watched 3 things.
Jeez.
The first one that I'll talk about, because it's the I know you guys are watching it, is The Boys. I started it after all of you, and I finished it before all of you, in classic Luke fashion, I guess. I watched the first half on Wednesday, and I finished it on Thursday. And like right when I finished episode 7, episode 8 had come out like a minute before that. It's perfect timing. I loved it. But I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I think I like it more in season 1.
Nice.
I know you were kind of down on like episode 2 and 3. I think
there were a couple episodes where it was just like it just felt sloggish.
Yeah, I never felt that. It may be because I binged.
I would say I watched the first 2 episodes and I thought episode 2 was really good.
Yeah,
I didn't have that feeling that you talked
sure.
about.
Yeah. No, that's
I think they upped the humor
subjective
enough in the second episode to kind of get you through those slow parts.
Mm-hmm.
I like this season a lot more because season 1 focused a lot on Huey and Starlight, and then Butcher was there. He's an angry man, and then you have just all these other people, and Homelander too. Obviously, he's the bad guy. This season focused a lot more on everybody else.
Yeah.
Besides Huey and Starlight, they still have their story, but everybody else got the character development. Like, there's stuff with Kimiko and Frenchie, which I thought was really cool. I loved Butcher's story and how they actually developed his character a little bit. They explain why he is the way he is, which I just really appreciated. And then just the stuff with, like, Homelander and Stormfront I think it's so good.
I've been enjoying that.
Anthony Starr is so good as Homelander. Yeah. He's a creep. He's evil. And next season, he's going to absolutely lose it on some people. I can't wait. He's so good. But yeah, I loved the villain twist, and I like how they kind of changed it up from the comics too. I won't say too much, I guess, in case you don't know. But let's see, what else can I talk about? Good. The cult. The Church of the Collective.
The Church of the Collective.
With Deep and A-Train and all that stuff. That was a lot of fun. And then I like the cliffhanger ending. I thought it was super intriguing.
Oh.
Yes, there is a cliffhanger.
Spoiler!
Classic television shows.
Oh, they keep getting us. They got to bring us back somehow.
Good. Well, that's good to hear. I am excited to finish it up.
Yeah, me too.
So
I definitely am going to turn up the gears this week.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it with you guys.
So
especially like the last episode is really good, and it's really intense, and there's really one specific moment that I can't wait to talk about with you guys, because it was something they make fun of the entire season, and then they do it, and it was probably the coolest thing.
It's the Dawn of the Seven thing. It has to be.
No, it's not. I get no, it's not. Oh my gosh, it was so satisfying. This show, I think it blends satire and social commentary so well. The satire with pretty much how we view superheroes and the superhero fandom culture. Mm-hmm. I think it's so well done. But then, like, you have this stuff with, like, Dawn of the Seven and the Justice League and BVS. And then even, I'd say, Endgame and Captain Marvel with, like, Girls Get It Done. How, like... Like, we're trying to give women lead roles instead of them just be the damsel in distress. It's a great thing. But, like, people keep talking about, like, you keep ham-fisting it in there. It's really annoying. And this show talks about that.
That's episode 2 is a lot about that.
Yeah. And it's... Oh, there's... Oh, I really... So this one part is so funny. It's
I really like Stormfront a lot. Her character is cracking me up.
I really enjoyed Stormfront as well. That's all.
Her rant about chicks and dicks is hilarious to me. It's so good.
She's gonna have another little speech. I think it's an episode. It might be an episode, the last episode, episode 8, where you just go, "Oh boy, wow!" She said that.
We're going there.
But I mean, she's an evil superhero, so
right?
I mean, it's okay.
Aren't they all evil superheroes?
No,
well, not all of them, I guess.
Some of them are a little more gray, and then some of them are actually good.
I think I appreciate how much they have of the spectrum in terms of like You've got
I
the
love
ones
the
that
stuff
are like really selfish, some that are just trying to survive, some that are like legitimately evil, some that are trying to do good but don't know really how.
I loved the stuff they did with Maeve this season.
Yeah.
I thought it was really
I've really enjoyed Maeve's
really
stuff
well done.
to where I'm at right now so far. So
How many episodes have you watched?
I think I've watched 7 or 8. Like I'm close to the end.
There's only
There's
8
only
episodes.
Oh, well then I'm on probably 6th then.
Okay.
I know I have at least 2 more. At least.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought there were 10. I was just
I think it seems to be Amazon's trend. They go, we're doing 8 episodes.
Yeah.
As what I've
Perfect.
noticed. Yeah, I love it.
I think that 8 to 10, sometimes 13 sweet spot is where you need to be.
Depending on show.
Depending on the show.
Yeah, depending on the subject.
2 more things I did. The other thing I did, this is so funny. I just finished Bly Manor. I'll talk about that last, and I needed something else to consume, so I wasn't just emotionally distraught after that. So I decided to watch the Adam Sandler masterpiece, Hubie Halloween, on Netflix. And boy, howdy, let me tell you.
Boy, howdy.
Boy howdy.
Boy, howdy. I think I liked it.
There's nothing wrong with liking a bad Adam Sandler movie.
It's not bad is the thing, though. And so, like, I think I texted you, it's not great, but it made me laugh a lot. And that's all the job. It's the only job the movie had. Make me laugh.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a fanboy worthy.
Yeah.
Nice.
However, don't let fanboy worthy show you how the quality of the movie actually is.
Sure.
The story is so whatever. The acting is subpar to bad. It's just the hijinks and the shenanigans that happen that really make you laugh. Adam Sandler is back as like the town idiot.
Love it. Love
It's always a good choice.
More reminiscent of Bobby Boucher from Waterboy. He's got a voice and he's kind of talking like this, and sometimes you can't really understand him. So watch with subtitles if you want to get every word. His mom's t-shirts cracked me up, but the best part of the movie was his dang soup thermos. It's the most powerful weapon I've ever seen in any movie ever, and I want one. It was so awesome. But just it made me laugh. So if you want just a goofy, quick Halloween movie, check it out. It's not gonna kill you. It's stupid, hands down, very stupid, but it's quite funny.
Nice.
Yeah, I cannot believe I'm giving that a fanboy worthy.
Love it.
It's better than Tenet.
Oh.
No, that's not true. I just enjoyed it more than Tenet. Tenet is probably actually a better movie.
I don't know what to think right now.
It's actually my favorite movie of all year. It moved to number 1 now. But yeah, the last thing I did was I watched The Haunting of Bly Manor. Been waiting forever for this show ever since I watched Hill House in 2018 or whenever that came out.
It's been a couple years.
So long ago.
This has been highly anticipated, and it did not disappoint. It's really, really, really good. I will say this season is not scary. And coming from me, I feel like that's saying something.
That's valid.
There was never a point where, like in season 1, where it's just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. There's some quick jump scares, and of course, they made me jump. I'm easy to scare. But most of the time, it's just kind of this eerie, overhanging feeling of kind of like,
well,
something might happen here.
It's the creepy atmosphere
Yeah.
kind of horror.
It's the big house, empty hallways, no music going on that really does it.
And you're waiting for something to happen the whole time.
Yeah, so personally, I feel like this season, it's really a separate thing. It's really more approachable than season 1. Because
Do you think
it won't, if you hate horror, if you hate being scared, you probably aren't going to watch season 1.
Do you think that's some of the criticism that they might have received for season 1?
I hope
because they
not.
made a really good show, But I wonder how many people just didn't watch it because they were afraid of it.
I don't think so. I think it comes from the fact that Hill House has like 200 ghosts in it or something.
Yeah.
This one has far less ghosting. Even so, season 1 does it better. Scares and even I'd say the drama with like the real thing that you should be afraid of. And we kind of talked this about Lovecraft Country. The monsters aren't actually monsters. It's racism. In this show, it's the monsters and the ghosts. Yes, they're there. But that's not the thing that's bothering the people. It's guilt or a past trauma, or in like season 1, it's the suicide of their mother just really destroyed this family.
Yeah.
And ghosts are bringing them back together. And this season does a lot with guilt and the main characters and also the side characters' life, but then also views to the other side where it talks a lot and shows a lot about like the acceptance of death, which it's just weird to see in a horror because most of the time, like you go into a horror something just going, let's get scared, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're there to get scared and maybe laugh at each other, whoever screams the loudest.
As long as you're willing to admit that.
But it's not, the show, both seasons aren't that. It's talking about something. It's going, no, things in your past can really affect you big time.
Yeah.
As for everything else, great performances. It's weird because the cast is back, but like all the roles are flipped. All the main characters in the first season have smaller roles, and the smaller roles in the first season all have the main roles, and they're all really good. They also do bring in new people. I brought it. I can't ever remember her name. Tania Miller. Personally, I thought she was the best. She plays Mrs. Gross. She works at the house. Oh, I thought she was so good, and like the episode focused on her. I thought she did a really good job, especially since her episode was confusing. Rahul Kohli?
Kohli, yeah.
Kohli, he's really good. He's really funny. He plays the cook. The kids are really good.
Kohli has a gross stash in that show.
Yeah, he does. But man, talk about good stuff. I love this show. I think now that season 2 is like out, season 2 I call that. It's really just a separate show, to be honest.
Yeah, it's an anthology show.
I think it's gonna overtake Voltron. Now I can say that it's my favorite show on Netflix, mainly because Voltron isn't going anymore. But yeah, really good performances. I just love the themes. Great soundtrack. Listen to it all day. Definitely not as scary. It's more approachable. I think season 1 and season 2 are both booyahs. I think I initially gave it a fanboy worthy because I was like, oh, horror. If you hate horror, I'm not talking to you. You probably aren't even listening.
Yeah.
What else I got? I'd say my only real con of this season was the haunting aspect wasn't what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
It was really a lot simpler.
Than season 1?
Yeah.
Or than Hill House?
Like even in the trailers, like they show dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, is it a haunted doll? In the opening credits, they show paintings. And I was like, oh, it's a haunted painting. And it wasn't that. I don't think that's a spoiler. So,
Are the opening credits as good as Hill House's?
Yes. I'm trying to remember Hill House's. It was the maze. The house, the maze,
Yeah.
The statues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I really think I like these credits more.
Sweet.
Like every character has like an oil painting of them.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
But yeah, it's not as scary mainly because there's less ghosts. Really good performances.
Less ghosts. So there are ghosts.
Yes, there are ghosts.
Okay.
There are ghosts. The standout episode, probably episode 8. Big fan.
How many episodes is this season?
9.
Okay.
One less than last season.
Good length.
Really encourage you to check it out, especially before Netflix cancels it. because Netflix has really stupid rules for canceling things. If you don't watch it in the first month, they're going to cancel it. That's why Glow got canceled. That's why Daredevil got canceled. It's so dumb.
Yeah, there's a really interesting article out last week.
I watched a video by IGN, and they were talking about like they have like different statistics, and it's you have the starters, which are the people who start it in like the first 24 hours and where they go with it, and then you have the completioners.
Yeah.
And they have the stats of 24 hours and the month, and then after that they don't really pay attention.
And it's and a lot of it, especially as shows get into season 3s or season 4s, they cost more to make.
Yeah.
Because people demand better, higher quality, and the cast and crew can rightfully ask for more.
Yeah.
Right? So if your show is plateaued, so you have a very solid fan base, but it's not bringing in new subscribers, then it's not making money for Netflix. So they're not any streaming service, but in particular Netflix is what's kind of been reported on.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do see a lot of cancellations after that second or third season because maybe it's well received, but
they
it's
can take
not
this.
making them
They can take
more
that
money.
season 3 money and make 2 new shows with it.
Yeah.
2 or 3 new shows with it.
Yep.
I'm really hopeful that because it's a horror series,
And it's an anthology.
that yes,
and it's
gonna
coming
just
out at
be-
the right time.
Yeah.
yes, lower budget horror is very easy to make. It's easier to make. I retract that statement. I won't say it's very.
We know
easy.
what your intent was, though.
It's easier to make. You can hide things with darkness. You can use simple effects. I hope that really lowers the budget. I love this show so much. And I really want a season 3. And when Glow got canceled, it was just like, do not cancel the Haunting anthology series.
Yeah.
I will be mad if they do that.
If they canceled it, I bet you somebody would buy it.
I hope so.
They won't sell it.
Well, they'll just take the creator of it and have him do something else.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Man, I don't know why you'd want to get rid of Flanagan. He's like the horror genius now. Like the last couple things I feel like I've seen of horror have all been him.
Mm-hmm.
Haunting, Dr. Sleep, and this. Like,
Oh, he did Dr. Sleep?
yeah, he did Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, he's on a roll right now. And he did a cult favorite, Hush.
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
I need
A lot
to,
of people
too.
really like that.
Stars
movie.
his wife.
Is she in this season?
Mm-hmm.
She is?
Very, very small role.
I was going to say, I didn't see her listed, or it wasn't really announced that she was
Mm-hmm.
coming back, so I figured it was, if she was in it, it wasn't for long.
Yeah, very small role this season.
She was really good in season 1.
I'm really interested to see what season 3 will be. I kind of hope it's not a house. My thought was
Could
like,
it be a hotel?
that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe a hotel, and I was like, oh, this is Dr. Sleep though, which is kind of a haunted hotel.
Could you do I don't know, like a
haunted-
resort or something?
Yeah, something.
Haunted campground.
I mean, I'd totally take a haunted house.
Yeah.
A campground. There you go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Get back to classics.
And I also really hope that they bring back like the 5 kids in the cast again. Oh, Shirley and the dude who's the oldest kid in the first season. I don't remember.
Oh.
The
Is
two-
his name Steven?
Steven,
Yeah.
Shirley and Steven, those actors weren't in this season.
Oh,
They're like
man.
the only 2 people that weren't
I
in
like
it.
Steven.
Everybody else is back.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's incredible in the first season. He's like one of the best actors on the show.
Bring back Shirley and Steven to play new roles, and then bring everybody else back too.
Or they will never do it. They should like pan out and be these all just be stories that Steven's been writing.
They totally could.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Totally could.
Very good. Well, shall we talk about some news?
Oh, I don't know. Did I say give those both seasons
Yeah,
booyahs?
you
Okay.
booyah'd
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
But
Yeah, that was like 20 minutes ago, so I figured we'd just keep moving.
Oh, I can keep going. Was that long enough?
no!
So, spoilers now for
Just
spoilers
kidding.
for Hubie Halloween. Let's get into it.
Thermos.
What do you guys? So I have like one news story.
I have.
What do you guys got? You guys got
I
a
have
few.
2 trailers and 2 news stories.
Well, what are those trailers?
First trailer.
Good lord.
What? How do you have 8?
Video game stuff that I think is funny.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so less news
Yeah.
and more like what's happening in the world that is amusing to Tyler.
I needed to talk about something.
Exactly.
something. You'll get that when you see Hubie. I seriously had so much fun watching it.
Start talking about news.
I'm sorry. First trailer. I'm super excited. The Expanse
I
season
sent
5.
this to you,
Yes.
and I did not watch it because
Um,
I haven't watched any of the show.
I had no idea season 5 had been greenlit. And you sent this to me and I was like, whoa. Like me and
It comes out in
Dean-
December, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
December 16th. It's dropping on Amazon Prime. Me and Deeds
I
were.
should binge those.
I should check it out.
It is so good. This is
Or
one of
should I
my.
just read the books?
This is one.
Yeah.
There's like 10 books, and they're
Exactly.
like 400 to 500.
And he's gonna
pages.
read them in 10 days.
I actually looked up how fast I read Cast Walking today, and I read all 3 books in 10 days.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but The
12
Expanse,
days. Sorry.
one of the best sci-fis out there. It's so good. I cannot wait. Go binge it on Amazon Prime.
I will forever say this every time we talk about The Expanse. The authors of the books said the best way is to just watch the show at this point.
I
So,
love it.
We'll
It's,
watch
it's
the
kind
show.
of awesome to me
Yeah.
that they're like,
Oh wow.
just watch the show. Just like what? It's like, yeah, just you guys should just watch the show. They've said it in multiple interviews
Mm-hmm.
because it's 2 people who write the books.
Mm-hmm. The other trailer I have was also for Amazon Prime Video, the trailer for Invincible,
We watched this just a little bit ago.
based off the graphic novel by Robert Kirkman, who created The Walking Dead. It's going to be an animated TV show, and
Looks like it's TV.
it's going to be extremely violent.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be very graphic from
Yeah.
the trailer.
Like they don't show, and I haven't read this. I've just like looked it up some. They don't show in that trailer how absolutely bonkers and wild that gets. Like there's crazy supervillains and aliens and I don't know, probably time travel and a bunch of just wild stuff in it.
I've
It is
really-
extremely violent.
I've really wanted to read this for a while. I mean, this is the guy who did The Walking Dead, and that's a very violent story. So hyper-violence kind of seems to be his thing. Also, Amazon seems to really like hyper-violent comic book things. They have The Boys. They have Invincible now. And I think Seth Rogen's producing this. And he likes
Yeah,
violent
Rogan and
stuff, too.
Kripke I think are doing this too.
Kripke's doing Invincible as well?
I think so.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know if
Okay.
he's writing it or directing,
Probably some part kind
but
of
I'm pretty
producing
sure
role.
him and Rogan always produce everything together. So
Sweet. Yeah, no, I'm excited for this. I remember last year on Prime Day I tried to get the first volume or first omnibus and it sold out in like 5 minutes.
So are you trying tomorrow?
I might. We'll see. We'll see if they have it
tomorrow
again.
Prime Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's dangerous.
My Amazon cart already has 3 things in it, so
There's a bunch of
Not for tomorrow.
anti-Amazon Prime Day sales going on like today as well. So
sweet.
cool.
Somebody else talk.
Tyler's got
I
a
gotta rest my
bunch.
throat.
I'll do some video game stuff.
Do it.
So, Fall Guys has now put Sonic the Hedgehog in their game
Oh my gosh,
as a skin you can buy for 10 crowns.
that's amazing.
We don't talk about Fall Guys enough on here because none of us really play it. That game like kind of took over the world
It
for a little
it
bit.
really
And
did.
it is really popular and it's really fun.
I just had season 2 launch.
Yeah,
or get
just
announced.
recently. Maybe before we have our movie night, you guys can try it out so you can get a feel for what it is.
What is it on everything?
It's on PlayStation and PC,
Can I play it
The
on a
2
Mac?
platforms I don't have.
but I have it.
Put it in the Mac store.
Is it on Steam?
I'm
Like-
sure.
Steam for Mac is the most confusing thing because they'll say like it's on Steam but it's like PC only. So like there are some games that will work on Steam Mac and there are some games that will not work on Steam Mac. I don't get it, but whatever. I'll check it out.
So I got 2 more video game things. We're 1 month away from next gen for both consoles.
Crazy.
Xbox Series X's have been spotted at stores now on pallets. It's starting to feel really real, very real. I feel like it's worth mentioning we're a month away.
Very
from-
excited.
from having super high powered consoles.
I have
in
my
our
little
hands.
in the studio. I have the little shelf
Where are you gonna put it?
Where it's cleared out.
Do you still have
ready
that
to
paper
go.
Series X? Just
I
keeping
threw
it
that
warm?
away actually just this last weekend when I was cleaning up.
I
I'm
worked
sorry.
hard on that.
Can we kill him?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, no.
And then this is the biggest gaming story of the week, in my opinion. Actually, there's two, but this one's the biggest. Mortal Kombat 11 announced its next 3 characters. Rain is one of them, which is a fan favorite. People are really excited. Melina, I think, is the other.
Katana with Jaws.
Yeah. And then the third character, which this is the coolest one in my opinion, Rambo is now in Mortal Kombat 11. They've historically added movie characters. I know. In Mortal Kombat 10, it was Alien was in it.
Mm-hmm. They've had Alien, Terminator, Freddy, Jason.
I think Predator's been in one too.
Probably.
I know he was in some of the older ones. But now Rambo, add the action hero of Rambo to the list.
Who's the next action hero they're gonna add in?
Oh, they've had Spawn as well.
Oh yeah.
What
80s action hero goes in there? Give me Van Damme.
Dude,
Something for Van Damme.
Bloodsport.
No, give me the Bash Brothers from Mighty Ducks. No.
Give me Daniel-san from Karate Kid. Dude.
No, I want the Bash Brothers, and they play like the ice climbers.
Oh yes, dude. Yes.
Except in Mortal Kombat. So they're like, you see their hockey sticks and skates.
Just killing fools.
They're like, they're kids.
They should do Casey Jones from
That actually
Ninja
bothered me
Turtles.
pretty good.
Anyways,
No, April O'Neil.
moving on. Brett, what you got, man?
Oh, sorry. I'm
Are you
looking
gonna
up.
buy a
I'm looking at
PlayStation?
PlayStations on the marketplace.
It's not free anymore. Fall Guys. I think it's back to $20.
I paid $300 for Fall Guys.
Just curious to see what, if what people are selling their PS4s at right now since the new ones are coming out. I'm not gonna buy one, but
I wouldn't.
What about tomorrow on Prime Day?
$100.
if it's $100, if it was probably not. Anyways,
You'd play it for about 2 weeks, and then the Series X would come out, and
Exactly.
you'd be like, well, now what?
Then you just chug it out the window.
Like the pizza commercial.
Frisbee.
My story is about a movie. Are we ready to move into movie things?
Sure. We got some TV stuff, too.
So last week we talked about how a bunch of movies are getting delayed to 2021. One movie that is not getting delayed but is getting redistributed differently is Pixar's Soul.
Oh, yeah.
So Soul is still coming out on November 20th? It's like right Thanksgiving weekend. But it'll be on Disney Plus. But unlike Mulan, it will not cost extra. Yes. It is just going to go.
We won.
We did. Small victory, right? Maybe.
Dude,
I care way more about Soul than I do Mulan.
Me too. That's the weekend I have shoulder surgery, so I'm definitely going to be laying around watching that.
You gonna watch it 5 times?
I'll probably cry my eyes out while I watch it.
Yeah.
I'm emotional because I'm immobilized, and I'm emotional because of a freaking movie.
You'll be crying, and then the pain meds will be wearing off, and you'll be crying because then you're moving your shoulder, and then it's hurting. And
I don't think pain pills.
Wow, look at you.
They make me sick.
Oh, okay.
Tylenol?
I'll take like ibuprofen and stuff.
Okay, good.
But I can't take like actual pain meds because I'll throw up. Yeah, laugh away, guys. Laugh away.
Tyler. What? You told me to laugh. I thought we were laughing at you, not with you.
Is that all you had?
Yeah,
Soul?
literally, that's like all I had.
Oh, jeez.
I was not paying attention this week when it came to news.
The Batman returned to filming outside this week.
Man, that felt kind of good to see.
Right? It kind of felt like there was some normalcy back
also,
in
don't understand
movies.
why I didn't expect Selena Kyle, Zoe Kravitz outfit to look like that. I don't know why, but like I saw her, like her hair, and I was like,
yeah,
what?
I
think I've just gotten so used to seeing Selena Kyle with short hair.
Well,
like
that
everything.
and Zoe Kravitz typically has short hair too.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like an assumption, right?
Yeah.
Because that kind of took me by surprise too. I was like, oh, what?
I mean, for all we know, she's actually does have short hair, and she's
wearing a wig. Yeah. But no, it was cool. We got a really good look at Colin Farrell as Cobblepot, and he looks good, man.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people talking about they're getting some long Halloween vibes We did get to finally see Falcone in the set photo, so that was really cool.
He's scars from the long Halloween on his cheek.
Who does?
Turturro.
Oh, really?
Carmine Falcone.
I didn't even notice it. I've never read the Long
He has
Halloween.
these 3 big scars on him.
From Killer Croc?
No, I think it's from Catwoman.
Oh. Nice.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
It does. But no, it did feel nice to see those, back in action. I know our good friends that we got this covered definitely said that these movies aren't going to happen anymore, so it's nice to see them filming again. And everything looked kosher.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That movie got a new date, too, after the Doom fiasco.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I think, Warner Brothers shifted all those dates again. The Matrix moved up.
Did it move into January?
And
I don't know.
And Wonder Woman still
that would
hasn't
make
moved.
a lot of sense.
It's in June.
Oh, Wonder Woman moved. Okay, how did I miss that?
It's back to its second original date now,
Okay.
pretty much. Nobody's going to go see that movie, and it stinks. It's going to make $2. Nobody's hyped anymore.
I know.
Well, that's going to be the problem with a lot of these movies.
Yeah.
Is the hype has died off. And, the sucky part really is that fandom happened. Because Black Adam got removed from the slate completely.
Oof.
The date got
removed. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, it's not like
undated.
it's not like it's not happening. It's
No,
just
no, it's just
it's coming out sometime.
Right. It had a date. Now it no longer has a date. There's another comic book movie story.
What is it?
Doctor Strange
Do it.
in Spider-Man 3.
Oh, Doctor Strange.
They
How many Marvel characters, MCU characters, are in Spider-Man now? I'm curious.
13,000.
Well, that's how Marvel does their movies.
They have to.
They don't have. They absolutely don't have to.
No, I think they do. Contractually obligated with Marvel to have with the deal, they have to put Marvel characters in, MCU characters.
So
Such a dumb deal.
Here's my question. I want to play devil's advocate, and we don't have to spend a lot of time on this. But what was mentioned at Fandom very heavily?
Multiverse. Are you one of those conspiracy theorists now? Don't do that, Tyler. I will drive home.
I literally just said I'm playing devil's advocate.
If you believe that, I am going to drive home right now. I got my Bly Manor review out. Nothing else matters at this point anymore.
The problem is WandaVision's already filmed, and it's been filmed. That's why you can't believe that conspiracy.
I need to hear the words come from your mouth. I don't actually believe
actually believe it.
All right, thank you.
I prefaced it by saying I'm going to play devil's advocate.
I kind of like the theory though, so
I think it's
You just want me to leave. I'm going to stay now.
I just think it's great that we're going to get both multiverses. I think that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I'm super in.
it's fine.
Give me a live-action Spider-Verse
If you
movie.
guys
Let's do it.
remember-
I'm more interested in just a normal multiverse than a Spider-Verse. I don't want them to just copy the movie. The best, one of the
Spider-Man
best
movie?
comic book movies, the best animated movie ever made.
Look,
Into the Spider-Verse.
my biggest complaint with Spider-Man Far From Home was that there was too much MCU in it. So, of course, I'm not thrilled at this. I don't mind them being integrated
very fair
in
criticism.
some way, but to be like, oh, we've got half of our heroes showing up and doing strange
I'm
things.
just ready for Thor to show up. No, that was well done. You laughed like Jim Carrey's Grinch just now. Or no, Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat.
Oh,
How you laugh.
gross. Gross.
Dude, but that trailer cut as a horror trailer is still one of the best YouTube videos ever.
That is good.
trailer cut
Yeah.
as a
That is good.
horror trailer is better than the actual Cat in the Hat movie.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's better than a lot of movies.
That Cat in the Hat movie. Maybe we,
We
sidebar.
should commentary
Sidebar.
that. Yes.
That Cat in the Hat movie.
Brett and I'll do it. We'll do
is
it. He doesn't want to.
Terrifying. The implications
You want to talk about a horror movie? Oh my
about
gosh.
what that cat
We should. Oh, we
wants
didn't
to
even
do to
talk
that
about
mother,
this.
or did do to that mother.
I have one more news story.
Go for it.
The MODOK pictures from the
Ugh,
MODOK
gross.
TV show. It's stop motion.
Listen, won't be watching.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Luke's gonna hate
Luke's
this.
gonna
I'm definitely sending it." And I think
vomit
I
in his
sent
mouth.
it.
The-
Like,
the interest
Luke, what do you
level-
think?
The interest level in it already wasn't super high, and then you show me stop motion. Sorry, I'm out. Gross. Don't do it anymore. Anyway, I want to go back to Spider-Man real quick. Kind of to what Brett was saying about so much MCU. I don't think I mind MCU keep getting thrown in there. I think what I'm concerned about is what I think a lot of people are talking about is Doctor Strange going to be a mentor to Peter Parker?
Well, Peter can't do anything on his own.
Why does he always need a mentor? Why can't he just do something?
Because he's a CW hero. He always has to have everybody tell him how to do everything.
I really hope that Doctor Strange and him like meet in New York for a bit, and there's like, oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, we fought Thanos together. All right, see ya.
Yeah, the fact
like
that
they have a fight scene together.
The fact that they're both in New York does
allow
them to run into each other, have a conversation, have a fight scene, whatever it is, where they're working together.
Or maybe
Spider-Man's... I think they have good chemistry as actors together. You know, we see them in Infinity War have, a real fun kind of,
Mr. Wizard guy.
Oh, we're using our real names?
Or maybe, like, people are popping in from multiple dimensions. Maybe he's like, excuse me, Mr. Strange.
That's what I think.
Mr. Doctor Strange, is there other dimensions? You can be like, yeah. And then he helps him with dimension stuff.
Yeah, remember that thing we, completely... threw under the rug in the last movie with the multiple dimensions. Actually, it's true, and he was just he was faking it. But
well, DC's gonna do it, so
they gotta do it.
Finally, gonna get that DC Marvel movie.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Make that be the next Live Aid concert, like they did in the '80s. Make a DC Marvel movie.
Yes, for the greater good.
For the greater good. And that way, fanboys can't complain about it because it's a charity event.
Just let...
oh, their music was so bad.
They'll still complain.
Well, they raised so much money for people in other countries, so shut up. I've got one more news story.
Yeah, go for it.
There was a Green Lantern show that had been talked about on HBO Max.
It's kind of been rumored for a while.
Yeah, when they, HBO Max first... announced
when they were tweeting everything, right?
Yeah, Green Lantern was one of the things they mentioned, and it was confirmed this past week that they are working on a show with.
Ooh, look at their Oh my, Tyler's got some props.
It's going to feature Jessica Cruz, Guy Gardner, Alan Scott,
Simon Boz,
Simon Boz, Simon Boz, Sinestro, and Kilowog.
Yep.
Mark Guggenheim is writing it.
He's the second writer listed, though.
Yeah, Seth Grahame-Smith, who wrote Lego Batman stuff, is showrunner.
It was like, hey, here's these 3 really good things Seth Grahame-Smith did, and here's 3 really bad things Seth Grahame-Smith did. Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, Abe Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, those kind of things. But he also did Lego Batman, and he did one other really big one.
I think when he stays focused in on a genre, he tends to do fine.
He was supposed to direct the Flash movie, and then he got he left with creative differences, aka got fired.
Yeah, well,
so
who knows? I have not as much interest in this as you guys did.
He wrote it,
but I don't know.
I guess. For me, the big thing is it's Guggenheim. Mm-hmm. I've seen his 12 CW shows.
I'm tired of it. With Berlanti.
Yeah, I'm tired of it. I don't need that same tone. Well, can everybody leave the room, please?
Can we have the room?
No, Berlanti. We're busy. We're doing work. You leave the room. I don't need that. The thing that would get me interested, I was kind of texting you guys. If this was an anthology... I'm huge on anthology right now. I think it is really fantastic.
He wrote the Green Lantern movie.
Who?
Guggenheim.
Oh my gosh. You've got to be freaking kidding me. If this was an anthology where it's like similar to the animated movie Emerald Knights, really good Green Lantern movie. Every lantern, just here's this lantern's adventure. I think that would be awesome. Here's the Alan Scott Green Lantern adventure. It's on Earth with magic because he's actually not a true Green Lantern Corps member. His stuff is totally different. That would be really cool. But it's not going to be that. It's going to be a CW show with probably sex, nudity, and language.
He wrote Carnival Row
Oh,
and Justice League Action.
that makes total sense now. That show is the way it is. That show is okay.
I was trying to find something that he wrote that like maybe was a redeeming thing, but like literally everything he's written is not good. Like he wrote some Law and Order, I guess, and Eli Stone.
Dum, dum.
He wrote Green Lantern Emerald Knights.
Well,
He did?
Mm-hmm.
we all hope that it's good.
He also wrote the Green Lantern movie.
So we'll see when it comes out if it kind of has enough buzz around it for us to really have the interest to check it out.
Yeah, it's not going to be here for 2 years.
Here's what I'm most disappointed about. Why would you not use Kyle Rayner?
The movies, baby. He's going to be in the movies.
He's not going to be in the movies.
No, he is going to be in the movies because Tom Cruise is going to die. Hal Jordan, Tom Cruise.
Rayner's awesome, man.
And then after that, it's going to be John and Kyle in the movies.
That would be amazing. I'd be super down for that. Or Hal just turns into Parallax. And John and Kyle go take him down.
Don't do Parallax.
They should not do Parallax. They'll do that in the show. I guarantee it.
I'm getting PTSD from Parallax, man. AKA the poop cloud.
Woo woo.
Also, count MM from The Boys. I think it'd be funny because it's a satire about comic books, but cast him as Hal Jordan. Okay. I mean, Jon Stewart. I think it'd be an awesome Jon Stewart.
I think him or Trevante Rhodes.
Yes.
Good choices. Good choices. Well, our last little story of the night that we can talk about before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Disney is kind of reorganizing its internal structure. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm fine. Let's go.
Do you need a back massage?
They're restructuring a little bit
No.
In light of the ongoing pandemic and the fact that theaters are closed.
There's a pandemic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is kind of the first big move that their new CEO, Bob Chapek, has really kind of put out there, and that is to create a new media and entertainment distribution group. Long story short,
Disney Plus.
it's essentially how do we make. It's a group that's their whole thing is how do we make money on our content with our content, because right now they're not.
Yep. You say be Disney. Oh, you mean Disney Plus isn't making them money?
I think it's making them money. I think
They have like 15 million subscribers.
I think they want to make sure. Honestly, what I think it is, I think they realized Mulan didn't do as well as we had hoped, and theaters aren't opening anytime soon.
But weren't they like a month ago saying they were happy with how Mulan did?
Yeah, you always say that, man. You don't know.
That's true.
You don't
Netflix
lay those cards on the table if they're bad.
I bet Netflix
you
loved
bluff.
how Glow Season 3 did. And then they filmed an episode, apparently, and then they canceled it.
Because it's an intimate show and you
Pisses
can't
me
film
off
it in
so
a
much.
pandemic.
That's like their most critically acclaimed show, I think. Besides Schitt's Creek, probably.
So
just won, like, 12
this
Emmys.
group, this new group, it says. So I'm reporting from the Hollywood Reporter. I'll give my sources. The Hollywood Reporter here.
I hear they're a
Disney
little better than us.
will feed the media and entertainment
You hear wrong.
distribution group with programming for it from its film studios, general entertainment television, and sports groups. These divisions will produce for theatrical, linear, and streaming distribution, with a focus on the company's direct-to-consumer outlets, which include Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. So
Monday Night Football, $10.
I would just expect to see
I think
the.
Tyler wants to kill me because I made that joke.
If they ever monetized football by day, I would lose my mind.
No commercials? You can just hang out with them on the bench?
Would not want to do it.
It'll be interesting. I do think we'll see. We may see if in 6 months things seem like they're getting back to quote unquote normal, and it's not like half of the theaters in the U.S. are permanently closed. It may just be this is kind of a temporary thing to ride us through this. However, if we have a massive theater closures, if people still aren't going to sports games, if the Disney parks are still operating at 20% capacity, then I do think we'll see these platforms becoming more of a platform, a place where you can go and you can buy things directly, right? More VOD. We will see things like Mulan. My guess is we won't see things at $30 anymore.
$20.
But,
know what you're selling.
Yeah, and not that it's everything's going to be a straight fee, but I think there will be kind of a tiered approach, like what we were talking about with like Soul's not going to cost anything extra this November when it comes out, But if a new Marvel movie comes out on there, expect that to be a $25, $30 purchase would be my guess.
Even like the Disney Plus original shows.
No,
you think they do that?
No, there's gonna be that tier of
just like
this
Black Widow.
This is all free content if you're a subscriber. But if you want access to these extra things, it'll either be subscriber plus VOD or just a straight VOD purchase from, I could see them having kind of create a free Disney Plus account, and then they might have a handful of select shows here and there. They might cycle some things through. And then you would have access to
watch
all those.
The first episode of The Mandalorian,
like Peacock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think everything's on the table right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if you kind of talked about a tiered approach. If like maybe you could create a free Disney Plus account and then you can pay $3 a month for the Marvel stuff, or $3 a month for the Star Wars stuff, or you could pay for each individual like IP that they offer.
Yep.
I think that was rumored like when they first even talked about it.
I wonder if it's on the table for them, because and I think of HBO Max, because HBO Max does a really good job of distinguishing their folders of media, right? Like they have, this is the DC stuff, this is the HBO stuff, this is the Time Warner Classics, this is they have all that stuff separated. And it wouldn't surprise me if sooner or later that stuff gets tiered out price-wise.
Yeah.
And you can just buy, it's almost like Sling, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you have the sports package,
I pay for the blue package, so I get ESPN, ESPN2, and all the other sports channels, but I don't get this.
Right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's not on the table for them.
Yeah. One other interesting thing, I was when I was watching Ted Lasso the other day, obviously I had Apple TV Plus up, or my Apple TV open, and across the top it was like, buy Mulan. Remember how Mulan was going to be exclusive to Disney Plus? It is not exclusive to Disney Plus.
They need more money.
That is the biggest reason that I know that it did not do well, because they were like,
They quietly moved it onto other platforms.
Actually, you can buy this on Movies Anywhere or Vudu, or wherever you buy your videos on demand. So I do think that's also, it'll be interesting to see if they continue that, if it's because I think when we think about things like the Avengers, I have my collection in my either physical or in my Vudu or Movies Anywhere account, and it's like I don't want another one of those locked behind some sort of paywall. So this is actually, I am thrilled by the fact that it's not locked behind that paywall anymore. I think that's what should have happened from the beginning.
Probably.
But if you do have a strong desire to watch Mulan and you don't have Disney Plus and you didn't want to, you don't have to have Disney Plus. I don't think any of us would recommend you do that, though, because I still don't think it's worth $30.
No. No.
Definitely not worth $30. But
just, man, if they go, I do think they'll start putting stuff on there to rent. Do not put it at $30. I know you probably got 5 people coming together to watch it together, and they'll split it, so it saves you money when it's $20. But still, come on.
Yeah.
$30 is just outrageous.
Yep. Especially when they're in the position that they're in,
Right.
market share wise, and like I mentioned, it's not just Disney Plus. They've got Hulu and ESPN Plus. I mean, they've got it right there. They own ESPN, so like, it's
They got plenty of money,
and it's
and it's not slowing down.
no, well, this year it is, but everyone's is, so
Right. So, relatively speaking, it's not.
slowing down. But yeah,
You can pay $10 to watch Monday Night Football if you want, and you get to watch it from a GoPro on one of the players' heads, so you can live it.
I wouldn't want that. Are you trying to sweeten this deal for me?
I don't know if that's something people would want or not.
I think that is absolutely something they're talking about, though.
Have you ever
Really?
to be able to watch through people or paying for Monday Night Football?
Figuring out how to monetize broadcasts in ways that can keep franchises afloat. Does that make sense?
I'm so glad the internet exists.
Because it's not
I just stream it.
it's not ABC or Disney who's hurting from fans not going to games, because they are having more people watch on the air, or over their broadcast, which means those ad dollars are worth even more because there are more eyes on it. Who's hurting are the vendors at the stadium, the franchises themselves, and not hurting in terms of like, oh my gosh, they're going bankrupt, but that's where that money's not being spent. That's where they're not making money.
They should be selling their ads on the empty seats then.
They could.
Some stadiums are doing it. That's on them as a franchise.
Sure,
though.
sure.
That's not.
I mean, I think
Disney's
most
responsibility.
No, and not that it should be Disney's responsibility. But I would not be surprised if the NFL has approached the different networks, because it's not just Disney.
They have the deal with Prime.
They have a deal with Prime. They show games on CBS. They show games on Fox, NBC. So like, what I'm saying is they may be going to the distribute those broadcasters and saying, okay, what kind of deals can we make?
Yeah.
To make sure you have something to show, because if the franchises fail, if the league fails, then they're not getting any ad revenue because they can't play. You can't show a game.
Right.
There's a synergy there. It's kind of that same thing with. I mean, it's different, but when we talk about the theaters and how the theaters work with obviously you're having a more like, the theaters are this weird middleman between like
consumer and business,
whereas the NFL is actually the content of the creator, and the broadcaster is the middleman, right? Mm-hmm. But the middleman's not the one hurting as much in this scenario. It's really weird. Business is weird.
Yeah, it's tough. I do want to believe that maybe by 6 months from now we're moving in a better direction, but
Fingers crossed.
what do I know?
Knock on wood. This isn't real wood. That doesn't count.
I knocked on it earlier.
Oh no. Right over there, Luke. The trim. Nope. That's the wall. Not wood.
How do you know?
That is sheetrock.
It's painted. You could
Because I have cut little outlet holes.
What if somebody
You
replaced
can see right there that it's sheetrock. Sorry for pointing out the hole in your paint.
The little I gotta fix that.
Nice.
Any final comments before we sign off for the night, guys? We don't have any fan box questions.
No, I'm good. Disney sucks. But I'll watch all their stuff, so.
Well, in that case,
I'm done.
thank you all for watching and listening. You can find all of our stuff over at whatthefanboy.com. Follow us on the socials at whatthefanboy over on Twitter and Instagram for updates. I guess we don't do as many shenanigans, but maybe we should do more shenanigans over there. And keep an eye out for we're making good progress on Studio 2.0 and some big changes coming with that. So there's a little tease. And
Something like I don't know about?
No, you know about it. We've talked about it.
I can't remember.
you haven't agreed to it, but you're doing it anyways.
We'll talk about it after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Bye, guys.
Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.